Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Diz Unlimited Universal Show. I am Ryno, joined by Hannah.
Hello.
Dreams Unlimited Travel Agent.
You heard right.
I didn't say one and only this time. You're one of many.
One of many.
Oh, excuse me, I'm wearing a Star Trek shirt, so I have to say like 7 of 9 or the Borg, you know.
That means nothing to me.
Okay. Here we are, starting in hot.
Good.
So we're doing something a little bit different in this week's episode. Hannah and myself were actually at Universal Studios Hollywood, and we went to Universal FanFest, and we want to talk about it. So this is going to be a little bit of a hybrid episode. It's going to be us here in the studio talking about it, and we're going to turn it over to ourselves in the past at Universal Hollywood. So I think, Hannah, you phrased it better than I did.
It's time to go back to the future.
Hello, everybody. It's Ryno.
And Hannah.
And we are here at Universal Studios Hollywood. We are here because we got some tickets, bought some tickets to go to Universal FanFest nights, which is sort of a first of its kind experience out here at Universal Hollywood, where they're celebrating different nerd fandoms. I feel like we should say fandoms, but I'm a nerd, so we're going to see Back to the Future. There's extra Harry Potter experiences, Star Trek, One Piece, Jiu-Jitsu. Like, there's a bunch of different stuff here. We're very excited to be doing this out on the West Coast. And yeah, if you can't tell, we're really here for the Back to the Future stuff. Sure. So very excited. We're going to take you with us. We are going to show you as everything that we do throughout the night, whatever that entails: food, merchandise, the experience, and give you our thoughts on it. And hopefully maybe we'll see more of these experiences in the future. Hopefully I'll be saying that at the end of the video.
Yeah,
that's what I should say. So.
Yes.
Before,
I think we're gonna like it.
Yeah, I'm going in with a positive thing. I've seen some videos online. I did my research, I feel like. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Universal vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip, and you help support the channel and all of the content that we produce here. And they can book you in a package at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Hey, you know who bought these tickets? Your girl, your travel agent, Hannah.
She sure did. So, don't forget, I know we're always all about Universal Orlando Resort, but there is the Hollywood one too. It's about an hour away from Disneyland. It's also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. So I just want to do a little shout out and say thank you so much for your support out there. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team like myself or Hannah, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. I think it's time. The sun has set. This is a 7 to 2 a.m. A separate ticketed event. It is a little after 7, so I'm hungry, baby. I think we're going to have to start with some food.
We're here to eat.
Yeah, okay. So let's get inside. Let's do it.
Yeah, baby.
We got a line over here. I wonder if there's a character. Or it's a photo spot. Oh, it's Galinda. No, Bobo. Galinda.
It's like really hurt.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh my God. There she is. In all her glory.
We got some Back to the Future merchandise here. These Hannah's got her eyes on these hats. I like this. It's cute. Oh, she left me. Oh my gosh, Hannah, you know what I forgot that I have is the multicolored hat from Back to the Future 2.
Oh,
literally at my house.
Saw
yeah.
Somebody was wearing it.
Yeah.
Dang
Great.
It. Yeah. The guy with the cool jacket had it.
So there's like the generic like FanFest merch in here too. I've got my eye on. I want some Star Trek stuff, which I don't know if this is like the main store or not, because this is also like 40. Oh, Roosevelt's. This is the 40th anniversary stuff. Ooh, look at this Jaws stuff. Look at this Jaws sweatshirt. And, oh my God, look at this cup. Because this is for the summertime thing they're doing. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh my God, this is so cool. This is a nice cup. I love that.
Owen has the shirt. He dropped me off at the airport wearing it. And he's a little tram too. Oh, that's cute.
Got Woody Woodpecker on there. And a little mug set. Oh my God. I'm like overwhelmed because I'm like, oh, we're at, Hollywood. Oh, this is cool. That popcorn bucket is. Wait.
They had it last
Hannah,
year.
it's $13.99.
It must be on sale.
Yeah, because if they had it last year, they have it. I'm like, this is worth it because you get free refills on the day of the purchase. So you just keep getting popcorn
Also,
for
like, look at
14
this
bucks.
display.
I know.
I know.
Okay, you're in charge of carrying this the rest of the night. Here we go.
I don't want the popcorn that bad. This is fine.
Oh my
It's on the
god.
tram.
I love that.
Okay, Revenge of the Mummy. Sorry, the only.
They don't have it here. They don't have Brendan Fraser in theirs. Yeah, girl, she don't know. She ain't been here before. She don't know. She been here once. Well, you didn't ride the Mummy clearly because he is not on that.
I did.
You're in the actual that's the difference. Is like you're in the Mummy thing. It's not about movie making.
I don't care about Brendan Fraser, or I don't care.
Wow, what?
I care about him.
Oh my
And that's
god.
why I'm like, I
Okay.
don't care, sorry.
All right, she's just bad mouthing over here, Brendan Fraser. Sorry. Hey, do you look at this Monsters Penny collection?
I love it. He's got all of them. Well, maybe not.
I'm surprised this isn't at Epic Universe.
Oh man.
Okay, let's go. There's FanFest stuff over here. I want to look at that, and then I want to go eat because I am hungry. Hungry. I'm sure people bought generic stuff, but I was like, because it's so fandom oriented, I was like, I only want the fandom stuff.
Yeah.
Wait a second. We got a Star Trek.
Oh my god.
It's like the uniform.
So, yeah, that's very. I like the material. Oh,
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
a little
are we
button
getting these? I just see pants going.
Oh, these are
$20.
$85. Ugh. But I am gonna get
Yeah,
it.
the price looks
So I want to see if they have other. I see the gentleman behind us. Oh, there's a blue one. Oh, look, they have props in here. Oh, that's really cool. Jean-Luc Picard. And then Vox. That's awesome. All right, I got a jacket. You'll
Yeah,
see
you
it
did.
later because I'm going to wear it.
So fresh.
Yes, and we are starving, so our next stop is going to be some food. And because I'm still that Star Trek nerd, right up here as you first walk in is Quark's Cafe.
It looks cool.
It looks cool, and there is a corn dog calling our name. So let's go do it. Let's get into it. Yes, please. Yes, ma'am. Oh my God. Looks great.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
That was delicious.
And then I would have been like, Hannah, look at this. This one sounded interesting here. And then what do we got over here? This is the one we're calling our name.
Yeah.
Here. But this looks
we're
good
getting
too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Is that funnel cake? Okay. Oh, yeah, let's do it. I'm girl, baby, I'm dying. Oh, we're going over there next. The 10 forward bar. Yeah. Oh my God, there's a Klingon in here. Oh, they're playing the theme song. Also, I love that they have like the bottles back there, and then there's a picture of Quark. And a little tribble. There's a phaser over there. Oh my God, I'm like nerding out right now. I'm nerding out.
Me too, just in a different way.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even look behind us.
I can't believe the level of detail.
Yeah.
This event, and the bar next door looks really cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna go there next.
Oh, we're going there, baby.
obviously.
To drink, we went with the Bajoran Ale for $18. It's tequila, mezcal, pineapple, and lime juice, ginger and simple syrup topped with club soda, garnished with a lemon ginger gummy and a light up cube that we did not get with ours. For food, we got the Cardassian dog for $15.99, which is a hot Cheeto covered Korean style corn dog with a yamak sauce. We also got the Vulcan fritters for $16.99, and they are fried fritters served with hummus dusted with a red spice Vulcan logo. Am I gonna be happy?
I think so. Mezcal is like really coming through. I like it. Not overly sweet. This is a good one. I'm just having little candies.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. You're not kidding. This is a strong drink. I'm actually really impressed because I really like the flavor of it too. You said it already, the smokiness. It's just smoky in space.
Can you smoke in space?
Can you smoke in space? No one can hear you smoke in space.
This thing is a sloppy mess in the best way possible. I don't know.
No, go ahead. We'll do what feels right.
I'm not sure what feels right. I'm manhandling it. Oh yeah, look at that.
Give me that. There we go.
Oh yes. Wait, where's the hot dog?
It's not hot dog, is it?
I thought it was a corn dog. Oh no, it's just cheese. You're right. There's no dog. Oh yeah. I like the Slimer dog better.
Yeah. We are done with our food from Corks, and I feel like I enjoyed it. I like the theming of it.
I did too.
Yeah.
I thought the food was good. It was the portion size was good, and the plating was nice.
That Cardassian dog was like very substantial.
Yeah, that's a split for sure because it's also like so heavy that I'm like, even if let's say you were really hungry, I don't think you would want to eat that much of it. So definitely split that one.
Save yourself for other options too.
Yeah,
but
but it was
I did
good.
really like the drink, the Bajoran Ale.
I did too.
Yeah, we'd get that again in a heartbeat.
It was a strong theme for a drink, and I almost never say that.
And
so.
right outside of there was a photo op for the bridge of the
So
Enterprise.
good. Oh,
my
made me so
gosh,
happy.
yeah. Oh my God, look at this incredible photo op. I am dying right now. On to the 10 Forward Bar,
I'm very excited.
where we can get a hot alcoholic beverage, because it's chilly tonight.
It is. I knew it was bad when like the Florida folks were the only ones wearing shorts and all the locals were wearing jeans and a jacket.
I love this, like, as a Star Trek nerd, a self-proclaimed one. The way this, like, this TV is doing this, it's so cool. Yeah, this is also the little bug that goes in your ear from Wrath Khan. But I love how this looks like. I love that they have Chateau Picard here. And I love this, like, breakdown of the drinks. It's just so good. Oh, I'm getting that tea Earl Grey, but I'm doing the hot.
Yeah, I am too, because, you know. And how often do you get a drink like that in the parks? I feel like
I know.
never.
A hot toddy.
Listen.
It's medicinal.
You know what we love? Hot toddy, okay?
Oh my God, I didn't even see over here. Oh my God. This is crazy. We had an amazing bartender in here that had
He's a super fan.
Yeah, a big fan of Star Trek, and it was like, but he was so casual about it and nice. And he told me that my thing was on the wrong way because it's from Enterprise, the Scott Bakula show, and he was like, it's supposed to be sideways, and I was like, oh, that's really good to know.
I guess now I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know.
So the Earl Grey, the tea Earl Grey hot was out, and he said even if we had it, it would have only been lukewarm.
Probably wouldn't have been great.
So I still went with the tea Earl Grey cold for $18, and this is a whiskey Earl Grey honey and lemon juice garnished with a dehydrated lemon wheel. Now Hannah, the bartender I believe recommended to you, or no? You just decided?
No, I didn't. I went rogue.
And she went with the Seti eel margarita. The Seti eel is that thing that went in Khan's-Ear, or what? Not in Khan's-Ear, but they used it on Chekhov in Wrath of Khan, if you've seen it. But hers is a White Claw premium vodka, lime juice, pineapple juice, agave syrup, jalapeno syrup, and bitters garnished with a fire electric dust rim, gummy Seti eel, and a light up cube. This is the second time tonight we haven't gotten a light up cube.
Oh, interesting.
It was supposed to be in a light up cube in there too. I don't want it unless it's a board cube, though.
Oh,
and so
that
I know
would
you
be
don't
cool.
really know what
no,
that is.
I don't, but anything themed, I will gladly take.
So we just had White Claw. We noticed.
It's White Claw vodka.
I didn't know they made vodka,
now.
yeah.
I know. No laws when you're drinking claws, you know what I mean? All right.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers
to me.
to you, Ensign. Martha McFly is what he
I
called
know,
you?
which is funny. That used to be my middle name.
Oh, God. He poured this.
Yeah, mine kind of is too. I'm impressed. I mean, the best part is these little babies right here. And he gave me 3. It's so nice.
Yeah,
Look at them.
he was
they
very,
look kind of
very
icky.
nice.
Ooh.
This drink is pretty solid. I don't trust you. This, like, the Earl Grey tea in here with the honey and the lemon and it's got 4 Roses bourbon in here.
Give me that.
This slaps. I hate to say that. I'm just gonna.
Wait, that's really good. Go ahead. That is strong. That's good.
Yours has like that, almost like a spice to it. Like
I know,
a little,
which is kind of making it taste more like a margarita, even though it's vodka.
but it is pretty solid. Like it's very light. I mean,
I was
it's
surprised. I was
strong
on the
pineapple
fence.
flavor, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like overly. It's not like syrupy pineapple. You know, you want my little gummies?
These were both $18. I don't remember
now
if I
they're
said
gone.
Well, the gummies are gone. They burrow.
They're
they
drowned.
burrow. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, do they?
You got to
Okay.
be careful with those. So,
oh yeah.
we were gonna try and do the Star Trek experience that's here right now, but but unfortunately, I think there's an extended delay. It said right now, and now I regret. But we had to eat. We couldn't just go there and not
we've got
eat.
time.
So,
we'll make it happen.
so I'm not sure where we're gonna go next, but I know I'm gonna do it with this drink in my hand.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Listen, I don't know anything about Star Trek, and I'm still having a great time. Also, that's the thing about fan events like this. Is like I love seeing everybody's costumes.
Yeah.
I love seeing everybody get into it. Like even the conversation the bartender had with you, I'm like, I don't know anything about this, but I'm enjoying it.
And
It's immersive.
Like, it's really cool. There are really cool costumes I feel like we've been seeing. That's like, I don't know, it makes me smile. It's like,
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so having fun so far. Ready to do the Star Trek Red Alert?
I'm very excited about that.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Attention, spaceport. This is a final boarding call for Shuttle 12 to Proxima Centauri. All passengers, please report to Gate 3. Once again, this is a final boarding call for Shuttle 12 to Proxima Centauri.
I would like to invite all of you to tour our facility orbiting 8th and Prime here at the Fleet Museum. We offer daily tours of some of the most celebrated Starfleet vessels to have ever ventured among the stars. Our staff is dedicated to preserving and restoring starship history. And today, you will have a chance to step aboard one of the finest vessels that Starfleet has ever produced. The USS Enterprise NCC 1701D. Originally under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, a shuttlecraft is waiting for you up ahead, fueled and ready to fly you here to the Fleet Museum and onto the Enterprise D. On behalf of Starfleet and the United Federation of Planets, we hope that your tour of the Enterprise D will inspire a future among the stars. Enjoy your visit.
You've picked a great one to visit. This ship has seen a lot of action over the years. We have a long history here. Welcome aboard, everyone. Fill in any of that space. Stand wherever you like, as long as you're within the yellow lines. Welcome, everyone, aboard the Enterprise D.
Shuttle Bay 3.
Now, I know what you all may be thinking, but don't worry. Our atmospheric containment field will make sure you don't go flying out into space. We take your safety very seriously here at the Starfleet Museum. Take a look at that view. It really is something special, isn't it? Space, the final frontier. Oh, does anyone recognize the ship docked just over there? That is Kirk's Enterprise, the Enterprise A. As a recent graduate of Starfleet Academy, I can tell you it was one of the greatest Constitution-class ships of all time. Oh, that's new.
Proximity alert. Unknown entity.
Oh no, entity. Okay, that's definitely unusual, but everyone remain calm. Like I said, we do have force field here. It'll make sure that whatever that is stays out there. Shuttle Bay bridge for proximity.
Warning. Anomaly detected. Shuttle Bay 3.
Anomaly detected. It's inside the ship. I need everybody to remain calm. Proceed back to the shuttlecraft.
old tech. Computer, analyze the energy signature of the anomaly. Is it isolated to this area? Computer?
Negative. Anomaly present on decks 12 through 15. 16.
That's not
17.
possible. One moment, everyone. I might need to override.
Attention all decks. Yellow alert.
We're in yellow alert. That's not good. That means whatever this thing is, it is on the move. Sick beta engineering.
Unable to complete transmission.
Now the comms aren't working. All right, everyone. I'm unable to contact engineering, so I need to send you straight through to there. You're gonna go through these doors right here, down the corridor. Stay in your groups for safety. I'm gonna stay here and keep working on the problem. Be careful, everyone. When you get to engineering, let us know that the communications are down. Thank you so much. All the way in. Make room for everyone. Spatial awareness. Here we go. Is everyone all right? Yes. Good. Stand by. We're gonna figure this out. Support group really shouldn't be here. Don't matter. They are here now. What is this thing? Whatever it is spreading to nearly every system on the ship. We've been ready to slow it down. That is what I have been trying to do.
Access denied.
It is blocking the outer system's override. We need to reverse the polarity of the warp core. It's stabilizing. We are losing magnetic treatment.
Attention all decks. Red alert. Warp core alert. Warp core is strict transport for immediate evacuation.
All right. We need to get everyone off this ship. Get to the turbo deck.
Emergency override. Authorization code data 9733.
Transporter room access denied. Rerouting.
Where are you taking us? We need to evacuate the ship. Computer. Not working. Computer, transporter room now. That is the wrong direction. There must be lots of information. Transporter room.
Bridge.
What?
Bridge.
No. I will stay behind. Stay together.
How this thing is taking control of everything. Clear the turbolift doors. Remain calm. Safe here on the bridge.
Is this everyone? Stay where you are. We're going to get through this together.
Engineering, do you read me? No use. Comms are locked out. It's the entity. What do we do? Offline. Captain Ratio? Negative. Nothing is responding. We are completely locked out.
Translation request confirmed.
What's that?
Establishing comms.
Who's doing that?
The entity is accessing the ship's universal translator.
Stand by for incoming transmission.
Greetings. We mean you no harm. We apologize for your concern. We were curious, fascinated by your kind.
Computer, scan and identify the entity.
There is currently no entry for this life form in the Federation database.
What?
You two were born of the stars. You will be remembered until next we meet.
Did we just make first contact?
Yes, we did! We need to report this to Starfleet Command.
First, let us get all of you to the transporters. Listen to transport. Sending a tour group your way.
Right.
Live long and prosper.
All right, everyone. Good luck.
And prosper.
that's the transporter.
Okay, that was incredible. I don't know Star Trek, and I was geeking out.
Yeah.
So good. I want to live in there. I'm like, I need to help them. I need to get back in there and get to work. Yeah,
I wanted to start pushing buttons. I was like, oh my god, this, and I feel like it started and it just kept getting like better and better and better as we went. And I thought it was cute. I mean, for it's like 8 minutes long. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. It was like a Halloween Horror Nights house, but told in like the Star Trek way. Right. And I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I like the pacing of it, and I feel like they gave me enough time in each room to like. Okay, they're playing the hits here. Okay.
Oh, we're getting Ghostbusters now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, we had Power Rangers before we went in. Now we're getting Ghostbusters, Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really liked the pacing. I thought was great because it gave you enough time to be in a room, look around, see like some iconic moments from the Enterprise. But then also it was like, I don't know, it was like a nice and easy, digestible storyline to understand. And you're like, oh, cool sets. Like, I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. I know. For me, I was like so happy, the joy on your face.
Yeah.
I wish that they could have seen that because it was so good.
Every room I was like, we're right here, yeah. And then that final bridge set, I believe they said was the actual filming set for Star Trek Picard Season 3. So that was really cool to be in there and see that. But also like being able to see all the different aliens.
Yeah.
Because we saw an Andorian, which was the blue one.
Okay, yeah.
We saw the Bajorans, which is the nose ridge.
Okay, yeah.
Which is one of the drinks we had. So it was like cool. And we got a Vulcan.
Fun fact, I can't do that.
She can't do it, yeah.
Don't look too hard.
So in this other area over here, there is what is the flux capacitors playing, and they're like it's a good time. It's a vibe, yeah.
I know. I love that they're just like, it's a FanFest night. We're just gonna give you all the things.
Yeah, all the stuff. We know you like these other things.
Yeah,
too.
I think they like nailed. They're like, we know you, we know your type.
Should we head to Hill Valley now? I feel like
I'm ready. I am so ready.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. So let's go see what that's about. I think that one's on the lower lot where the studio tour is. I believe it's part of the same thing.
So I know I mentioned I've only been here one time. The one time I came was primarily for the studio tour, so I'm very excited to see it again and also like see it in a different light. Also, the entire tour I was thinking about was like I wanted to get out on the set. Like I was like, please slow down. And I just watched Ted, the show, and they filmed Ted in that same space.
Ted was filmed down there. Gremlins. Yeah. I mean, it's so much stuff that I feel like I can it's an iconic square.
Yeah.
So beyond, even if Back to the Future is one of your favorites, I'm sure you've seen another favorite that was also there. So very excited to be able to get down there and be able to take some pictures and just like interact. I've seen characters online that I'm hoping are there.
Awkward, you know, like, oh.
We watched Back to the Future 1 and 2 like right before we came here. And when we get home, we'll watch 3. Yeah.
Well, now I gotta watch a whole lot of Star Trek.
Yeah.
We got a long flight home.
We have a long flight home indeed. So this is One Piece, I believe. Some of the stuff over here, which is like incredibly popular. Hannah and I both underestimated how popular the anime crowd was here. So good for you, Universal, and tapping into that. Okay, this building was not here the last time I was here. This is the Fast and the Furious coaster. Like, look at the track. You know what's also insane is like this is the end of the park, and this is like where the mountain is. So that coaster is gonna like go over the side of this mountain. Yeah, wild. Oh wow!
I know. Now we get to go down the escalator.
Oh my God! I didn't even see.
Okay, that was amazing. I
kind of wish I brought change.
I know, right? I want to sign. Does she have I want to sign it. Sign the list.
Oh, the petition?
Yeah, the petition.
Ask her. See if she has the thing. Oh my God, that's so great.
I know. I'm nervous.
I know.
We want to. Are you getting to go sign it? I have heard we're all about
I
it.
knew that photo I took for the Hill Valley Tribune.
Yes, please.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yes, I will gladly sign it.
Yes, name and signature. That's
Okay, yes. All right, very serious.
Let's see, what is the time? We need to photocopy some more copies of our article. We have an old article from when the clock was struck back in 1955.
1955.
30
Wow.
years
Yeah.
ago. Can you
Oh my
believe
goodness. Yeah.
Where does the time go?
Oh, I should sign this. Yeah.
The green light for some time traveling. You are about to witness history. I know, it's insane. The day Dr. Emmett Brown discovered time travel, and who better to tell us about it than the man himself? Folks, I give you Dr. Emmett Brown.
Right, stop. Just in time. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown, and you're about to witness one of the most important days in scientific history. The day I discovered time travel. Now, your tram won't quite reach 88 miles per hour. Not even close. But don't worry, I've already accounted for that. You won't even notice the time jump. One moment you're here, and the next, bam, destination Hill Valley, 1955. Everything is going perfectly. If my calculations are correct, you should be arriving in Hill Valley momentarily. Observe, interact, and above all, don't cause a paradox. If you've been in the 50s before, please don't try to interact with your younger self. We don't want another incident like, well, never mind that now. Not now. Everything will be fine.
It's got the little ribbons and everything. The
Look over here. Get the road sign.
Oh my god, yeah. Hill Valley, 2 miles.
I'm so happy. Okay, just peeking down the street, there's more going on here than I had. Like, this is incredible.
Well, they seem to be like really pushing us to interact with people. So like, yeah, we're gonna have to like follow around.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some friends.
I just thought, well, I love that there's like this grassy area that they have here, and then like it says "Welcome to Hill Valley, California," and then on the side it says "Hill Valley Attorneys at Law" over there. I'm just like, oh my god, that's such a nice.
Well, I know, and normally like there wouldn't be, even though they film Back to the Future here, there wouldn't be the Hill Valley stuff. It
No.
would just be the familiar
Because they film like
square.
shows back there.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
So that's pretty wild.
Tell me why his taste is sweeter than an apple pie. And when he does a shake and rock and dance, man, I haven't got a chance. I call him lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop. I like that dance. Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop.
Anna, win me a bowl.
When you, which one?
The bowl over here. I want you to hit that thing with your
Grab the
feet
bull
of your
by the
strength.
horns. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
She did it. Why can't you? Look at that. 12,000. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a basement.
It's a little high, but I'd consider it.
I could. Golden Wilson, yeah. Oh my god, there's George right behind you.
Oh my god, we've been looking for George.
You know, there seems to be a lot of people that look like your friend Marty, but he's wearing the same. Oh, I know. I'm kind of hoping to ask her out to the enchantment under the sea dance tonight. Oh, Lorraine Bates, she's the prettiest girl in all of Italia.
Should we go talk to Lorraine?
Yeah. Look at your nifty skirt. That's so nice. Oh my goodness, I love your skirt. Well, do you have plans to go to the prom?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the dance, but if you can imagine, I'm still waiting for somebody to ask me.
Do you have someone in mind, or?
Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. My options are not great. It's either Biff Tannen, and I would be with Biff Tannen even if he had $1 million, or George McFly.
Maybe him.
George McFly.
Sounds better than Biff.
It's your density.
Density. I'm hearing that word a lot lately. Density. I don't know if people are using it in the right context. You know, George McFly is, he's very sweet. Don't get me wrong. He's kind of cute and all, but I think a man should be strong. I don't know. I
really admire a man who's not afraid to stand up for the woman he loves. Is that old-fashioned of me?
No.
That's good. That's
No.
kind of romantic. So.
Good for you. Yeah, set the standard high, Lorraine.
Hold out. Right.
Yes.
You deserve it.
Yeah. Don't settle.
No, the bar shouldn't be low. It
No.
should be very high.
Yes.
I think he's interested in you and he wants to ask you to dance. I feel, I think so. Yeah. And I know he's so sweet too. He's nice.
Needs a little more confidence, I think.
Yeah,
A little more,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. I know.
Needs an oomph.
Right. If you could encourage him or,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's always getting bullied by men. He's always taking his lunch money. He needs that whole dollar for the whole week.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. Somebody should do something about that.
Give him some pointers.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll help him with that.
We'll work
go
the room.
find him.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Bye, Lorraine. Oh.
Hi, Biff. I was just talking with you. Oh, friend.
Yeah, go out, Fred. Someone else.
This is what makes time travel possible. Since flex compression, I'll change the name later to something snappy. I don't know. What? Flux capacitor. Good thing you were here. Does anyone curious to know of how it works?
Yeah.
What? I like the way you think, but there's more to it than that. Positive, negative, and neutral neurons all generating energy inward and at the same time outward. Unfortunately, it does require 1.21 gigawatts of electricity.
How'd you arrive at that number?
1.21?
Yes.
Anything more seemed excessive. Anything less didn't work.
There's something we gotta do to his car. Something that would really make him mad. Something that he would never forget.
Manure.
Oh! We can put manure in it.
Manure. There's a bowl right there.
Excuse me, are you Calvin?
No, he's Calvin. It says it right here.
Everyone in town said that was your name.
Why are you calling me Calvin? It's right on his shirt.
That's your name, though, right, Calvin?
Tasty. You should have seen what he ate for lunch. It was a lot of meat.
What sort of fake photographic paper cut off your brother's hair? I have no time for practical jokes this evening. Good night, future boy. Oh, that guy, you gotta listen.
Doc, I need your help, all right? You gotta listen to me.
Help with what? Unfortunately, I have not invented any kind of time machine. You should have seen it. I threw Biff into his own car.
So darn loud. Now, due to inclement weather, the dance has been canceled. You're all dismissed, slackers.
We are done with our Hill Valley, Destination Hill Valley experience. It's very chilly tonight, so...
I chose poorly. I'm a little cold, just a little bit.
But it's like midnight. We spent like an hour and a half till almost 2 hours down there.
More time there.
And they honestly, if I had just done that and they had charged me the amount where this ticket was, I think I would have been fine with it. So I think we're going to cut back to ourselves in the studio to talk about this experience a little bit more at length. But right now we're going to finish up here and I think head back to our hotel for the evening. But thank you for following us along. Back to you in the studio. So we're back in the studio now, and we've got to talk about, it's been a couple of weeks. Universal Fan Fest, we went in mid-May. when we were out at Disneyland
It was like
70th.
a million years ago.
And here's the thing. Do you regret going to this?
No, I do not at all. And
Yeah.
actually, I was thinking to myself, I plan to go back next year.
Well, because that's
and I would
the
make
thing.
a trip out
Yeah.
there just for this event.
We have learned as of right now, I don't know if it was announced or not, but I Googled it right before we got started, and it says on the official Universal Hollywood site, Universal FanFest Nights event dates spring 2026.
Yeah.
No information about that, but I think we should go again, 100%. No
I mean,
question.
I would like to, and I'm curious what they're gonna do.
I mean,
next time.
do you remember the pricing on our tickets? It was like $74 before tax, right?
Tax, yeah, it was like $75.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, a regular ticket to the park is less than a regular ticket to the park, but like rides are still open. You have these experiences to do. There's themed foods. There's music playing everywhere. The park was open until I think like 2 a.m.
Yeah, I couldn't cut it the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I was
You were like, I need
gotta
to go.
home.
I need to go, or you're taking me on a stretcher.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Yeah, so I mean, that was 7 hours of being in the park.
Yeah, because I want to say 2, 5. Yeah, I think you could go in with the ticket that we got. So there was multiple versions of this ticket, and I know you're saying like, well, why are we talking about this? How is that going to help us plan a vacation? And the thing is, I just want to let people know about Universal Hollywood in a way where it is very different from Universal Orlando Resort.
I mean, kind of like night and day different.
Right. And Dreams Unlimited Travel can book you on a Universal Studios Hollywood vacation. So it's not something we talk about a whole ton. It is a very different landscape in terms of like hotels that you book. It's one theme park. It is a functioning Hollywood studio, which is crazy because I've been telling Hannah, I've been watching the show Hacks. And it is a Universal show, but it airs on HBO Max. So the last like 2 seasons, they've been on the Universal backlot, but they've been out like on the backlot while the tour's been going. So like I can see the tram. They went on the Jaws part of the ride.
Oh, funny.
And all this stuff. And they're referencing the tour guide. Like there's one part where one of the characters jumps onto the edge of the tour bus. And they're like, ma'am, you need to get off of the bus. And that like sort of happened to me once. And it was like,
wait, really?
Yeah, there was a girl who jumped out of a tour bus because she had to pee so bad, and she urinated on the Grinch set.
And that's why it's not there anymore.
Yep. And that was one of the last like little
that was
bits
the last straw.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. But I do want to talk about it a little bit. You know, we showed you some of the stuff, but it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I want to digest this. I want to talk about the experience of going from Disneyland to Universal Studios Hollywood.
Ooh, good.
And I do want to talk about our overall, like now that we've sat with it a little bit. I don't know about you, but personally, I've told everybody I've come in contact with, and you and I talked about this before, we'd go back in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, I've already thought about it. I'm like, this is a must do for me next year. The only thing I'm curious about is, so going into this event, the only IP that I was particularly interested in was Back to the Future because I had a connection with the movie. I grew up watching the movies. Anime is not really a thing for me. Star Trek, I am aware of it, but again, not a thing for me. But still, it was cool to see that and see like fans interacting, and it was all very immersive, especially the Star Trek experience. The one thing about
but the Star Trek thing, I was actually like, because I feel like Star Trek in this day and age, sometimes people think it's a little old fashioned, even though I think we're actually living in a current like golden age of Star Trek.
Yeah, there's so much of it.
Oh, there's so many shows on
And
Paramount
so
Plus,
many
and
new
they're
things.
like cinematic, and it's crazy. But I was shocked at how many younger people, but like people of all ages, were like in the costumes. And I mean, I bought this jacket I'm wearing. If you're watching this, it's a Star Trek.
You should be watching. It looks
like,
good.
Oh, Canna was
whole
like, "There's
thing?
no way you leave this whole thing."
I know. I
It's
almost
a
left with
Star
one too.
Trek-
I was like, it's so slimming.
I know.
love
It's like a Star Trek track jacket, like a uniform, but it like buttons at the neck. But then people will be like, "You're wearing." So we learned this because this is the great part about this. We went into one of the bars. The bartender was like, "You're wearing
Shocker.
the badge sideways. It's from Enterprise." And I was like, "The Scott Bakula series?" And he said, yes, one and the same. He's like, "It's supposed to be sideways, not up and down." And so that's why I was like, "Oh, wow." And this is magnetic. I can pull this off. Yeah. I was like, I was telling Hannah, and she's like, "I don't know anything you're talking about, but this sounds great."
I had a good time though.
Yeah.
But okay, so a couple of points from that is that I was surprised, like, One Piece and the anime element to it.
Oh my
Again,
gosh,
it appealed to, like, I saw so many, like, multi-generational families that had on, like, the costumes and, like, I think that's the thing about these fandom type events is, like, it's like we're all connected, even though, like, for me it was Back to the Future, for you it was Star Trek and Back to the Future, so it was kind of cool to, like, be there and be in this, like, Comic-Con type experience.
Oh yeah.
But we all have different interests. So the one thing I would say though for 2026 is I feel like the big draw for me and the coolest part was the fact that we got to experience Back to the Future on the actual set for Back to the Future. So as much as I love the house, HHN type house element of Star Trek.
We'll break it down and we'll talk about them separately.
I know, I'm like getting ahead. I'm like very excited.
Yeah, actually, let's talk about Star Trek first, just because I feel like it was a smaller portion of our night.
Yeah, okay. I'm good with
because
that.
I 100% agree with what you're
Not
saying.
in your heart, though.
Not my heart. So, yeah, but so Star Trek, we basically. So I do this thing when I go with Hannah, and anybody who knows me knows that I love merchandise. You don't say. I love. Themed merchandise. I think we're living in that golden age of, like, living in the fandoms that you love, and it just brings you joy. It brings you whatever. Get it, do it, whatever. And a Universal team member stopped us and interviewed us for, like, going on 40 minutes.
Bro, I was like, I gotta go. I am cold.
You
I am
guys should
tired.
be paying us at this point.
Oh, I know. But also, I'm like, you picked the right person to talk to because, like, nobody loves merchandise like this boy.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
here
they
to my
were like,
left.
they'd be like, so the interview was all about the merchandise and what you bought. And I was like, well, I bought a jacket. I bought this thing. And, like, I had a Back to the Future vest and Hannah was wearing it. Because here's the shocker. It was anime. But Universal Hollywood, the temperature at Universal Hollywood versus the temperature at Disneyland Resort
is different.
It's night and day.
I forgot
there's
that.
a heavy breeze because you are in the hills in Hollywood. And so, like, in Hollywood, you might think, well, I was at... So if you're doing, like, a hybrid vacation, doing one a little bit and one another bit.
Which I would say most people are.
Oh,
at
yeah.
Universal Hollywood.
I would say if you're people coming out who haven't been to it before and you're trying to hit both.
You're doing
yeah.
a couple different things. Yeah.
There's going to be a breeze, and I was shocked at, like, how chilly it got, and that's why I was like, Hannah, take the vest. I'm buying the zip up. Like, and we were both, like, freezing.
Yeah,
and I love being cold,
took that vest.
but I was cold.
I tried to buy leggings at Hot Topic, and they had. I tried very hard.
Yeah.
I was going to get leg warmers, so that is when their City Walk is a little bit different. They have a Hot Topic.
Yeah. So that is the thing. They do have a Hot Topic. They had a couple other clothing stores. Their City Walk's crazy. I actually really loved. I'm just telling you now because I don't know if I told you in person. I really loved having this experience with you. It was my first experience, like my first more my like long. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Craig and I had bonding in this experience. And so like having that with you was also very like, it made me be like, this is a special place for me.
Are you saying
what?
Craig's been replaced?
No. But I will say
kidding.
you and I did walk past the movie theater, and the AMC theater at City Walk in Hollywood has a big Frankenstein and the monster, and I was like, is this us?
Yeah.
I'm like,
yes.
Yeah, Universal Hollywood, let's talk about the Star Trek part of it.
All right.
So we went in. Hannah and I approached it as in I was like, let's look at the merch because I like to get that anxiety out of the way. I like to do the scope of the merch because then I think the best way to do it is look at all the merch first because then
window
maybe
shop first.
Yeah, because there's some things you can be thinking about all night. Like, should I go back? Should I get it? And then there's some things you see it, like this jacket where I was like, right away. I was like, I know I'm going to get the jacket. And you were the one who was like, just buy it right now.
Yeah.
And you were right. And then also the crazy thing about this jacket, like I said, for our listeners, is it is in the theme of like maybe like a Star Trek Voyager late Enterprise season where the red's on top, black on bottom. But it's also like it's got like piping on it. There's like words on the back. It's
relatively subtle.
Yeah. And it came in red, blue, and gold, which I really appreciated because it was the different colors of command in a Starship Enterprise.
What is red?
Red is command in this generation, but in the original Kirk generation, it would be engineering. So it was like gold was
I
command,
just like the red the
blue
best.
was sciences, and
I definitely want to be science.
I'm a red because I feel like my intro to Star Trek, even though I watched Voyager was the show I like that got me into the shows. I used to watch the Next Generation movies, but they're also in the same. They're in the same time period or whatever. But so we did that. We got a couple things, and then you and I went over, and in the video, like we ate Corks, which we thought was really well themed. We went to the Star Trek bar.
So much theming, and it was above and beyond. It was stuff that like I didn't expect, and they didn't have to do.
It was like the pictures on the wall. Like that are just framed regular, like, oh, this picture right here, like sort of a thing.
Yeah, and you're like, wait a second, who is that?
Yeah, and then these little like jars like behind the counter. Remember there was like these little shelves that had these like crazy, like random, like, oh, neon green, neon blue. And I was just like this like quick service area that for us, I was like, you know, and you who's somebody who's not as well versed in Star Trek like me, it was where you were like, well, I feel like I'm in a different place. Like,
right. And I think, I guess that's the one thing I would say is that even though like I'm not into Star Trek, because the theming is so immersive, not only what Universal did, but also like the fans, because it is that like Comic-Con type experience. So like people are dressed up, people are into it. Like, even though I know really nothing about Star Trek, I was like, I am into this. I am happy for everybody around me, and I'm like hyped to, I mean, I enjoyed our quick service experience. I enjoyed the bar. I enjoyed the walkthrough experience, and I didn't have a dang clue what was going on, and I was like,
and I love having that perspective with you too, because it was the Star Trek experience was set up like a Halloween Horror Nights. So you come in through like the shuttle bay, you go into like sick bay. We were into the engineering, and I would be like, "This is the warp core," like, and I'd be like, "Watch it." But then the finale was on the bridge of the Enterprise.
Oh, that was cool. I want to stay
the
there
Enterprise
longer.
D, and you're like,
and they're like, I can't do that, but I was like.
Yeah, I was like turning around trying to take pictures.
Yeah, I was like, I'm with you.
And I was like, Hannah, that's an Andorian, the blue people with the thing. And I was like, we just drank a drink from that. I'm like, you know,
like, I want to be a blue person.
Yeah. And I'm like, and there's that part of me where like they were like saluting us, like whatever. And I was just like,
I'm part of this.
I'm like, I'm so into this right now. Like, I was like, I'm on cloud nine. And it's crazy. Vibing. Like my for those of you who know, my father passed away the week after we got back. And, one of my like biggest like in my heart regrets is like Hannah and I, there was some photo ops and we took this PhotoPass person, whatever they're called there at Hollywood, took so many photos of you and I, of like me in the captain's chair and you. And
he took it very seriously.
And we didn't go back and look, and I forgot. And it was one of those where I'm like, I have the card. I don't know if we can access it still. But like he took one or two on our phone. And so there's like one or two where I was like, oh, my dad's going to love these. And I forgot to send them to him. And then he went and died.
Maybe.
So Bob, get your stuff together. Yeah,
we
thanks,
have these
Bob.
Photos.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on. I don't know.
Jeez Louise. God.
I'm gonna put it out there that somehow he can see this.
I'm gonna assume, yeah. So it's one of those where I'm like, should I just put it at the funeral services, like it's you and me, on the Enterprise? Yeah. What was really cool about that experience though is the finale set. Yeah, well, you can't do it.
I can't. I literally can't.
Yeah,
like even if I like
Vulcan, I can't do it on both hands. I can do it on one hand, my right hand.
No, I can't even. Something's wrong with me.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It was like the team members and everybody there. It was like the environment that we were in.
We were into it.
It was like seeing people in the costume. So many people.
Yeah.
One Piece, the Back to the Future stuff.
People
the
were
thing.
into
insane.
I mean, I knew
the anime was
nothing.
crazy.
People were so into it, and again, it was like multi-generational. It was like grandma was dressed in it.
Yeah.
The kids were dressed.
But then
in
like
it.
little kids. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this is cool, and also it makes you realize and appreciate, because I think like when you are part of a fandom, whether it's Disney, Universal, whatever, it's like you can relate to that in some way. So I was like happy to be around people that were like happy and enjoying it and like into it, like that I can relate to.
Well, I don't want to be corny and be like, it's sort of an expression of love. It's just a different type of version of love. But it is this thing where like all these things are like, for me, especially Star Trek is very much about like unity and optimism and like the like examination of the human race and the experience of like what it is to like grow. And I love that, and I love being able to do that in this like fun nerdy setting while we're eating like Korean corn dogs. Like,
I mean, that always helps. Maybe I was just drunk off of Korean corn dogs.
Here's the thing. I want to talk about that Star Trek house a little
Yes,
bit. Just
okay.
a little bit. Like, we don't have to go into details about it because I filmed who knows how much of it and how much made it into this video or not. I do think it was really interesting to be in a Halloween Horror Nights setup house that was... It was, I don't want to say it wasn't like Halloween Horror Nights. Like, it wasn't like they were scaring us. It was a dramatic event because we went into the turbo lifts. We went through the, I will say the one part that I feel like I was a little let down on, they were like, well, you're going to go through the transporter pad. That part didn't really click with me because that was like the exit. And I think maybe something was wrong with the smoke or something. So we were supposed to be on like it was supposed to be teleporting us out of the ship. And
Yeah,
that was where
I
was
literally was like, oh, wait, where am I? Like,
yeah. It had that weird...
It also had that clear curtain that made it feel like HHN, where I was like, oh, I guess we're done.
It was sort of that like, oh, the germs are cleared. Yeah, and you're like, okay. Is someone on stilts waiting out here to scare me?
Yeah, those were the worst.
But it was interesting to be in that sort of environment where they're going through it. We're going through like a movie or a TV show, telling us an original story in that same setting, and I was kind of like,
I gotta tell you, this is a dream for me.
It was cool.
And I feel like that was my one takeaway from this event is I'm like, you could do this in Orlando. You could do this more than once a year. Like, I'm like, you guys should be doing this. Honestly, what they should do is when they get done with the HHN houses, they should just flip it to something else.
Yeah, okay.
Something similar.
I'm just thinking like...
And sell a ticket.
What if you did like a Grinch Christmas house?
Amazing.
And you went through the movie in this sort of same like Star Trek way.
I'm like, leave the tent up, leave the whatever up, and just flip it. And you could even do like similar storylines, like, or, just not scary.
No, but yeah.
Because they reuse all those props all the time anyways.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
No, that was my one takeaway is I'm like, man, Universal, like, you could print money if you just, because it does have this wider appeal. And that's like I would be interested if there's some sort of like data on how many people went
data like from Star Trek?
Yeah.
Sorry, he's the android.
I don't know.
I don't know what you're doing with your hand.
Is it a little wormier thing?
No, that's, I told you, that is from the original Star, that's from Wrath of Khan.
Okay.
They had a lot, there was a real big investment on the creature that goes in the ear.
I had some in my drink.
Because there was gummies. Gummies. Then remember at the gift shop, there were, the earrings.
I wanted
and then
those.
The chocolate. You could buy the chocolate. There was like one big chocolate version.
The,
I was
like cucarachas.
Yeah, I was like, no, ma'am.
But I just, that was like my one takeaway is I'm like, you could be printing money.
Yeah.
Because I wish I knew how many people went to FanFest nights who are also HHN people, because I do think maybe you could pull from a different demographic of people who are scaredy cats like me, who like wouldn't go to HHN, but like, previously. But I would pay to do this.
Well, you know what was crazy? It was kind of it seems like such a risk because it was like One Piece, Jiu-Jitsu, Back to the Future, Star Trek.
It's random.
Was there a fifth one? Was it 4? I can't remember because Hannah and I basically just went to Star Trek and Back to the Future.
Like they had some of the Fantastic Beasts and
that's right, Harry Potter.
World.
Yes, the Wizarding World had extra stuff in it.
Yeah,
and then but it was like beyond that. There was like a DJ in the park. There was
oh my god, that DJ though.
Oh, and he was playing the hits that were like we were vibing.
Yeah, Power Rangers theme. I remember that.
Oh no, that wasn't a DJ. That was a live band. It was the flux capacitors.
Yes, that's
that
what
were playing, and they were like doing the Pokemon theme, and I was like, oh, that's so funny. They're doing the Pokemon theme, and then right when we go to walk in the Star Trek house, I turned and ran away, and she was like, what are you running away? And they were playing the Power Rangers theme song, and I was like, I can't believe I'm sitting here at Universal Hollywood in my 40th year of life being like, wow, I'm listening to this like theme that was part of 30 years of my life.
Okay, so this is one thing that Universal also does really well is that I feel like Epic Universe is this way. Sometimes Halloween Horror Nights is this way, where they like throw together IPs and you're like, this really doesn't surface level make any sense. Like the IPs that they have for FanFest, I would venture to say not the same demographic of people of anime is
right. Yeah,
I mean, it was just like kind of.
I don't think
mix.
they would be like they're not. It's not the crossover I thought. Like
right.
I don't assume somebody who loves One Piece likes Star Trek.
Right.
Or Back to the Future like Star Trek. I never assumed that because one's like fantasy adventure, one's sci-fi fantasy or sci-fi space opera or whatever, you know? And like, that's the part where I was like, it's kind of wild, but it still works.
I mean, again, Epic Universe.
Well,
none
let's
of
talk
that stuff really works, and it does.
And it does.
And we love
It has that connective tissue because I want to talk about the Back to the Future stuff that you were going into.
Oh my gosh.
Because literally, I know Hannah started saying it, but like
Where
the
else in
price
the
of the
world?
ticket we paid, I could have spent the entire. Again, we didn't dress appropriately. That's on us. But like, if we had been dressed appropriately, I would have spent the whole night.
I wish it
on
was
the
sold
lot.
more snacks down there, but I get why they didn't.
There were. I will say there were some snacks. There was like a popcorn, sort of like it was basically like a popcorn hot chocolate chips situation.
Yeah, it was like a concession stand.
Yeah, not something substantial.
No.
But it was like a LARPing version of Back to the Future where it was like the movie's all happening, but in the different parts and around you. So like Marty's with Doc's over here, but then Lorraine and Biff and George are over here, but then the dance is over here, and they're all interconnecting. And to be there where they actually filmed it, my God, I think we were down there for 3 loops of it. The loop was about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Because Molly and Alan came down in the second loop.
Yes.
And I think we were down there for like 2 loops with them or something. But
Yeah.
the third loop, you basically were like, I'm freezing to death and I'm going to die if we don't leave right now.
Yeah,
and I was like,
it was one of
okay,
those
we'll
where
get on
I'm
the
like-
shuttle. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
We saw the finale twice. I know that. So I don't know if we
Right.
were there for 2 complete loops or if we did like 2.5.
I know
but
the
yeah.
one thing we miss is like the whole interaction with Biff, like the whole with the car. Well, no, we saw part
I
of
saw
that.
it. You might not have been near me because I was
I was
like,
very invested with Lorraine. I was like really trying to help my girl.
yeah,
Like,
you
girl,
were Lorraine because
This
there was
ain't it.
you and Lorraine had a long interaction.
Yeah, we
but then
bonded.
I think I was by myself and it was Biff's car is off to the side
Mhm.
and I was over there and Lorraine was over there and there was like or not Lorraine, George was over there. And
Wait,
he
no,
was
I
like,
was there
yeah,
because-
because remember I was like, so here's the thing about this. Some people are going to
people-
just like, they'll be like, you can't talk about the future. You can't talk about this stuff. And then right away, people are like, I'm a time traveler. And I'm like, oh my God, get out.
right,
Girl, you make everyone feel awkward.
Or there were some people who were just like, it's
The people
for
who were like,
everyone, right?
well, George was like, should we do something to Biff's car? And I was like, and I was the one who was like, manure. And I
Yeah.
was like, manure. And then someone went, what about honey for bees? And the bears look at him. And I'm like, girl, you watched the movie?
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah. Like we're not ad-libbing here. Like we're just
Oh, I'm
trying
sorry. I
to-
didn't know you were rewriting Bob Gale's masterpiece. Get out of here. God. I'm that type of nerd. I don't
Yeah, I know. I felt that way. I think I walked away at that point. I was like, I
Yeah,
can't.
it hurts my soul.
I was just like, it was one of those where I'm like, I'm crawling out my skin. I'm so embarrassed. I'm gonna leave.
But we did, I will say this, Hannah and I did see 2 different casts of like a Marty, a Doc, Lorraine, Biff, and the friend, like we didn't see them the first time. We saw Doc and Marty. The Doc was so good.
Yeah.
The Marty was really good too. I don't want to knock that. Because
Right.
Marty got up, played the guitar, and sang Johnny Be Good.
Right.
And they did the whole thing. But then also I didn't expect any of this. I thought we were just going to be down there. I
And there's gonna be, like,
literally
interacting,
I
like,
thought
just
it was
work in the
just
room.
Well, I literally thought it was the shuttle's going to let you out. You can go take pictures with the movie
Right.
was filmed because people don't get to do this. We
Right.
have characters walking around. So find Marty, find Biff, find Doc, whatever. And it was going to be like photo. I didn't know it was going to be like the movie was happening because then they project the finale of the movie on the clock tower
Yeah.
with the firework, but then the whoosh of the
DeLorean, yeah.
going down the street, but then also that area with the fire streaks
with the
spinning
out
license
time
plate, and then
license
you could meet Einstein.
Oh my
What
gosh,
a good
that
boy.
dog. Oh my god.
We would have waited, but he had the longest wait of anything in the entire
And
theme park
rightly
the whole
so.
time.
I hope all their profits went. That dog lives in a mansion in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's worth it.
I would tell you, like, I think we talked about it. You and I would go, and we just literally like go down there and park it, so
I
we could
think-
see every aspect.
I
of
feel
it
like if
all
I
the
was
way
a
through.
local, that's what I would have done. I would have like committed to the
Here's
bit.
the thing. I know I've been joking about that with the thing of my dad and everything like that, but there's this beautiful thing I think about the things we love. Back to the Future, Star Trek, whether it's One Piece, the Jiu-Jitsu, the Harry Potter, any of these things that like we kind of have these very like core memories about when we either first saw it, especially with these sort of 80s movies or early 90s, like sort of things. Like I know where I was when I watched Star Trek for the first time, or Star Wars. It was 1995, and it was like my mom and my uncle had bought it, and I had never seen it. And then like Star Trek, I remember I was so sick, and my mom rented the original Star Trek 6 movies because I'd never seen anything from the original series. I'd never even watched a single frame of it. And I was so sick. And she was like, well, your father liked them. And my mom and my dad haven't been married since I was like 2. So it's not one of those. I have no memory of my parents being married. So I don't want to false perception here. But I was like, I remember I have that connection. But also like Back to the Future. Like I have a very specific like Back to the Future 1, Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future 3, like where like the emotions lie in that stuff. And I was like, there's something sort of like beautiful about these extra events, and for us who were traveling outside of it, we weren't going to go to Universal Hollywood. We were going because of this specifically. So
it was kind of a last minute decision too, and it was towards the end of the event.
We just happened when we were invited to the Disneyland 70th. I was like, Hannah, if we can stay one extra day, if John lets us stay, we could go to Hollywood this
Thanks,
night.
John.
Well, thank you, John. And but I know John would have been. John loves the same stuff. So John's also a big nerd. I know he's not on a lot of the shows as much and stuff, but
on being a nerd.
Yeah, and that's a thing. But like, I'm so grateful to be able to like. This is the thing. I think like Disneyland, Universal, Hollywood, Orlando, whatever. They give us these places that were like so many emotions are tied to it. And I know it's capitalism, and I know it's commerce and all this stuff.
But it's not for us. It is, but
it's emotional. And like to be able to physically live, like you and I were on the Starship Enterprise together. And I can't say that about anybody else in my entire life, ever.
Oh my gosh.
And so like you and I had this experience.
Start crying?
Yeah. And I'm like,
I don't even know the Starship Enterprise is.
And that's where I'm like, we have this connection now. You and I have been to that year, and we've been on the Enterprise. But then you and I have also been to 1955 Hill Valley together, and I don't have that with anybody else. But like, so it's this like weird stretch of time and love and fandom and the experience and the moment. And it's weird how you're like, it anchors you into life where you're like, my God, what a beautiful part of our life that we just got to do together.
Well, it's funny. So a couple things that you mentioned, like ping something in my mind. So like I have memories of like, so when my mom was out of town and my dad, it was just me and my dad, we would watch Star Wars and we would watch Indiana Jones. And so I have this like emotional connection because of that with other things as well. So just to your point, I think like everybody has that about something. And that's part of like why we like these movies, why we like the theme parks. But then also I thought about even like, the pictures that we took in front of the clock tower. I'm like, that is the actual set of Back to the Future. And I like hope one day that like, I don't know, maybe my kid thinks that's cool. Or that can be a photo of like,
mom
was
on this classic movie.
Yeah, like look, like mom is on, I watched this movie Back to the Future and I'd never seen it before, but my mom keeps talking about it because she, was on the set that one time. She got to like go down there for this event. So I definitely made some memories there. And I hope that Universal takes this, I mean, obviously they're going to do it again, but I hope they take it as a success and maybe expand on it.
And that's why I'm so happy that right before we started recording this, we saw that 2026 date, because I also saw a thing online that was like a survey about properties you'd like to see. And that's a multiple choice. And one of the properties was Ghostbusters.
I mean,
and I'm like,
just makes sense. Right?
I'm like, if Universal Hollywood could do a Ghostbusters, because I didn't see their Halloween Horror Nights Frozen Empire house, but just imagine it's not to, I'm not crapping on Orlando at all, but Universal Studios Hollywood is a working movie studio.
It's completely different.
So with that also comes the resources of a working movie studio, which means like they have, so that's why they had the set from Star Trek, because it was from Picard season 3. It was a replicated set. But also like Hannah and I have now we can say we have stepped foot in the same place that Patrick Stewart was. Like, you know what I mean? Like LeVar Burton
like when you say it
Reading
that way,
Rainbow.
like-
Girl, we have sat where Reading Rainbow sat. We were in that place. And that's all I could think about. Like Michael Dorn, Marina, like all these people. And I was like, because I'm somebody who has watched all the modern Star Trek series and watching that. And now I'm like, I think you could watch Picard season 3 without having watched anything else. It's a phenomenal.
Isn't that what that guy said at the bar? He was like, she should watch.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
because our
she would be
bartender
hooked.
was very, It's Picard season 3 is phenomenal.
All right.
It is really good television, even separate. It does a really good job of like filling you in of what it is, and then it's like a twist, and you don't know what it actually is, but there is the classic.
What I love
and then you could
about-
also be like, well, we were there.
Yeah, and I will say what I love about Star Trek is there's so much of it, and
Mm.
it is again like it's something that like my parents watch when like the original seasons were coming out, and then we had the J.J. Abrams films like when I was in high school. And
I know, but don't talk to her about those because she always talks about how she fell asleep on a date in those, and I don't I don't care for that slander.
No, I think it was the guy I was on the date with because I also fell asleep during Avatar with.
I tried to make her watch. I tried to put on the 2009 one because I love that movie. Chris Pine as Captain
I love
Kirk
Chris
is
Pine.
a cinematic revelation. I'm just gonna say it.
All right, I'll try again.
He's good. You love Chris Pine.
I do love
This
Chris
is a
Pine.
defining Chris Pine role. This, and I will tell you the same energy that he gives
Princess
from this
Diaries
role.
2?
Okay, I did recently watch that, but I did see that at midnight. Dungeons and Dragons is streaming on Netflix right now, which is an area of this. That was another
was
one.
the other one.
Sorry, that was the
Yeah,
other
dang
part.
it.
I can't believe we didn't talk about it. We didn't go to it,
Right.
but it was really interesting because I would point out to her, but I was like, I don't really know a lot about Dungeons
I
and
knew
Dragons,
nothing.
except for I saw the movie with Chris Pine and I loved the movie.
All right.
Loved it. It's streaming
So
on
much to
Netflix right
watch.
now. I promise you, anybody out there, watch this movie. It is so well made. It's the same people who made Game Night, which is also one of my
Yeah.
favorite
I like Game
comedy
Night.
movies, who
Fun.
also made Horrible Bosses. Watch
Also
this
great.
movie.
Okay.
Game Night is so funny, but Dungeons and Dragons is so good. So
right.
good. So good. You have to watch it.
All right.
Anyway,
Got
there
so
we
much
are.
to watch.
Nerds. All right, what nerds? That's the thing. It was, you know what it was for me? This was a curveball. Hollywood, I used to go. I did Halloween Horror Nights, and then it kind of had a little bit of a slump, is what the perception was. But like, I like Hollywood. It's very different. The working set, I think, for $74 plus tax. Here's the thing. If you're having a Disneyland vacation and you're going to Disneyland, I'm going to let you know the lift from Disneyland to there is going to be very expensive. Rent the car. It'll be less to rent a car and drive there, and then pay for Prime or whatever, Premier Parking or whatever it's called over there. Because it was like over $100 each way for us.
You know-
but we had like a thing, so I don't want to say like, oh, we paid for that.
Yeah.
But I do think even if we paid for that for parking, I still think this would have been worth it to go.
No, it absolutely would have.
That's my perspective.
Also, I will say I have some clients who maybe it's their first time going out to LA, and so they will like start or end their trip with Universal Hollywood, and so they'll also do like the
I think for
Griffith
me, it's a start.
Observatory, or I'd
say start. I'd say start
there.
and cherry
in
end
with
with
the
Disneyland.
magic
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Disneyland. But also when we were there, Universal Hollywood was doing a ticket deal that was buy one day get one free. And it
Oh.
was like, so you could go 2 days at Universal Hollywood.
Oh my gosh,
for like
wow, yeah.
$150. So, I mean, you could, and there are packages available for Universal Hollywood. So there's like a Hilton that's right there, basically on the lot. There's some other hotels in the area. So you can book a Universal Hollywood package through Universal, through Dreams Unlimited Travel, even though they technically don't have their own Lowe's resorts like they do here
Yeah.
in Orlando. So, and I think that's a great way to also see Hollywood. And I'll tell you, even as a Disney fan, like there are Disney things that you can do in Hollywood. So, I mean,
The
you
carousel,
could,
the
Yeah, in
carousel
Griffith
that
Park.
it was like is over there.
you can go to Griffith Observatory.
I mean,
which has been
Griffith's
in a million
Observatory is beautiful.
movies.
The views, La La
Hollywood
Land.
sign.
My God, Back to the Future, the tunnel from like the second movie is over there and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the Doc Brown's house is in like Pasadena,
You go
but
see the
yeah.
Chinese theater. You
Yeah.
can also another great thing. You can go to oh my gosh, what is the restaurant that Walt has the table at.
Oh, Tam O'Shanter.
Tam O'Shanter. Anybody can go to that.
Hey. Tam O'Shanter. Do you know what's across the street from Tam O'Shanter?
The hospital? Wait, what?
No, there's no hospital. Oh my God, no, that's across from the studio.
The hospital that Walt died.
Yeah, the Tam O'Shanter, and I was the only one in my thing that knew this. Is directly across from it. If you are a fan of New Girl,
yes, which I am,
the Griffin is literally the
right.
building right
that.
across from it. And I was staring.
It's kind of a weird area.
It's weird because also on New Girl, they're like, it's nondescript or whatever. And that's exactly what it is when you're there. It's just a neon sign of a Griffin. And I'm like, that's the Griffin from New Girl. And they're like, I guess. And I was like, you guess? Like, what?
Put some respect on the Griffin. Yeah.
Jake Johnson was here. Come on now. God.
Oh, I could rewatch that. How's
I did recently. Yeah, I'm in that phase. But, well, thank you, Hannah, for going.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate
Thank
you.
you for having me.
I think Hannah and I, hey, if we're still here working for this company, doing this thing, what we're doing.
Why so ominous?
Well, I don't know what the future holds. I watch Star Trek. For all I know, aliens are going to beam down in July.
That's
and
the best case scenario, honestly.
Yeah.
Beam me up.
So who knows? If we're able and willing and able, and the bodies allow us when we're there, we will hopefully go together to FanFest 2026. I hope to see new properties or represented. I told her, you know what I love is if the Back to the Future part of it becomes Back to the Future 2. Because Back to the Future 2, 3 is not really, but 2 is still the same lot, except for it has a waterway.
We
it's
could
the
all
only
drink,
problem, but I'd still be like, fix it with like
Pepsi.
and that's what I'm saying, Pepsi, the shoes, the hoverboards, and that's what I want. So I was like,
that's cool.
Bring FanFest back 2016 and make it Back to the Future 2 on the lot.
That element of being on the lot is...
It's the same lot. It's the same set. That's why I'm like, it just had water in it. So like, fix it and do it. And we're there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd even maybe like consider doing the hotel and stay over there at that point. Because I'm like, I just loved that Back to the Future experience. We had so much that I'm like...
I would like to, and honestly, I would like to go down there and just hang out. Too, because I would like to just like soak it in. I could spend the whole event there. It was worth the ticket, like you said.
Well, and Universal, more Star Trek stuff. I know it was rumored for years, and what's wild is in my in the tag of my track jacket here, it says Universal Studios and Star Trek on it. So it was like official merchandise,
cool.
Which was really cool. So I as
more
theme park nerds, I loved it. So if you have any more questions about that, please leave some comments on the YouTube video, or if you're listening, leave comments on your podcast stream. If you are watching this on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let us know some comments about different sort of Universal Studios content you'd like to see next, whether it's Hollywood, Orlando, Epic Universe, Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios Florida. Listen, we'll get on a plane.
Yeah, we will.
There's a Jurassic World ride that we need to do at some point in our lives where the Indominus chases you, and I'm like, I want to do that. So
yeah, body is willing.
International, send those emails to John Magi. But yeah, yes, please. And if you're listening to this, please rate and review podcasts wherever you're able to do that. That is going to do it for this episode of the Dis Unlimited Universal Show. Thank you everybody for joining us, and remember, before we go, be excellent to each other. Bye everyone.